Greetings, royal family. See, Jackie, Christy, your problem is you don't listen. You did not tell you that Evelyn is not your friend. Didn't I say this to you last week? Basketball wives, y'all. Let's get into it. Beginning of the episode, Kristen and her man, I think his name is Thomas. They went out to eat, and Kristen wants to sit down with Byron because she wants to talk to him. She wants to apologize, for the things that she said about him not being a good grandparent, etc. So Thomas is all right with, her sitting down with him because I think he talked to his father a couple of episodes ago. I think they met up and they talked and stuff. Now Kristen is just like, this is just a mess and I don't know what to do and there's a lot of miscommunication, but she doesn't want Cece present when she sits down and talks to Byron. And Thomas is in agreement with that because he threw a little shade and says, a lot of people are doing things for clout, and not out of love. So I guess he feels that Kristen is dating Byron for clout and money or what have you, and not because she loves him. I mean, I can see why he would say that, but we don't know. You know what I mean? We can only assume. But Kristen, girl, just because you're ready to apologize now doesn't mean that Byron has to sit down with you. And she claims, when she met up with Malaysia, she claims that she thought the reason why there was a disconnect between her and Byron was because her and Cece were going at it. Kristen, you knew good and well what you said when you guys were in wherever you guys were overseas, that he lives down the street, he doesn't come and see his granddaughter, etc. So, girl, please, I don't feel any sympathy for you. So, OG, she wants to be a coach, so she meets up with her former coaches to discuss the option of coaching the ladies football league that she was a part of because she's getting ready to retire. She wants to start a family with Kwame. I don't know. To me, it seems as though Kwame is not ready, and I feel like as far as starting a family, if the two of you are not on the same wavelength, I just don't even think you should press the issue. It's either if you're okay with him not being ready or ever wanting to have children, OG, then press on. But if you know that is going to be an issue in your relationship, then move on. Because there's nothing worse than when one person wants something, the other person doesn't. And if you're not taking precautions to prevent yourself from having a kid and you have a kid, that is just going to be a recipe for disaster. But I'm here I think that's a smart move, business move, as far as OG wanting to become a coach. That's what's up. So Evelyn and Shawnee, they sit down or whatever, and they're talking. And Evelyn is telling Shawnee about the lie detector test that she gave Jackie last week, which I think is totally disgusting, but it's not above Evelyn. That totally sounds like something that she would do. So they're talking and they're snickering and they're giggling about it and stuff like that. And they're also talking about them dating. And Shawnee's just saying that, she hasn't dated in a while. Evelyn claims to have been celibate for how many years or what have you. So they're just having girl talk in a little coffee shop. That was cute. Now, Cece and Jackie. They meet up. They seem to be cool. They're still cool. This episode was really missing Tammy. But Tammy will be back next week. She's booked and busy. Cece and Jackie are sitting down. They're talking about, their goings on and stuff like that. And Jackie's starting this podcast, which is going to be like a mobile podcast, meaning it's not going to be stationary. It's going to be visual, and she's going to be moving around. So she wants to have like a round table where she's talking to all the ladies about what it's like to be a basketball wife and live this lifestyle. Jackie, I'm pretty sure you're going to be talking about explicit stuff or whatever. I don't think it's going to be boring, but we don't want to hear about what it's like to be in the life of the wife of a basketball player. That's why we have basketball wives. I mean, yeah, pretty much. Anyway, she talks to Cece also about the fact that Evelyn gave her a lie detector test, to which Cece says to her, like, that's a little bit like gross. Like, this is supposed to be your friend. She's not surprised by Evelyn's actions either. And I don't disagree with Cece. I just feel like to ambush somebody like that, first of all, Evelyn, you're not the judge or the jury So you're giving her this lie detector test because you think Jackie's a clown. And plus it makes for good TV. It's entertaining. So Kristen and Malaysia, they meet up for some sort of dance class or what have you. And they're talking, and Kristen is telling Malaysia that, she wants to sit down and speak with Byron. That's when she claims that she was under the impression that Byron was upset with her because he was picking Cece's side. And I don't think Malaysia is buying that. Kristen tells Malaysia that she's not inviting Cece along for this sit-down dinner that she wants to have with Byron. And Malaysia tells her right. Malaysia was like, that's disrespectful. You know what I mean? She's going to be his wife. You're talking about mending fences, but you're not going to invite Cece because you still have a personal beef with her. No, that money is drying up, so she wants to make good with Byron or whatever. So Malaysia's calling Jackie a sociopath, and they're talking about the lie detector test and stuff like that. And Malaysia says that Evelyn calls her and tells her about the lie detector test. See, Evelyn wants to do this because she wants to have something to talk about. Like, she wants to make a fool of Jackie. And Malaysia says that, Jackie's a sociopath. They know how to trick the system and all that other stuff. I just think that Kristen is full of crap. I don't know if she's genuine in wanting to mend fences with Byron. Maybe because her husband already sat down with Byron, and I guess they kind of hashed it out. So she feels like she should be, she should do the same thing. But Byron is not here for you, and rightfully so. He is not here for you. Now, OG and Jackie, they're sitting down, they're having wine, they meet up at Jackie's house. Jackie's telling OG about the podcast and things like that, and she invites her to this round table little session that she's going to have. She's going to be live on air, so I guess all the ladies are going to chime in. She wants all the ladies to chime in about their life and things like that, and she says that she's going to take that time to apologize to Jen, that's Jackie, which I think that she should, because they're cool for now. You know what I mean? They're cool. And she realizes that she made a spectacle of herself when she showed up to Jen's event and was calling out the Central Park pigeon and stuff like that. So OG drops some tea and tells Jackie, because Jackie says she's inviting everyone except for Malaysia and the Central Park pigeon. So OG brings up the fact that when she was there at Jen's event, she said something along the lines like, isn't Jackie your friend, or Jackie's not your friend, or something like that, to which Evelyn kind of like, she didn't claim Jackie as her friend. And then, of course, she tells OG about the whole lie detector test situation. So OG is just basically like, let her know what's up. OG's real big on, if you have something to say behind somebody's back, you should say it to their face. I mean, why not? But Jackie, I don't know why you think that Evelyn is your friend. I think you want Evelyn to be your friend, but girl, she's not your friend. And I don't think she ever will be your friend. She's not going to be loyal to you. So the next scene is that Shawnee and Evelyn, they go speed dating. That was cute, a little bit of comic relief. What I liked about this episode is it wasn't boring, and they had a lot of moving pieces, like a little bit of everybody except for Tammy. Tammy was definitely missed this episode, but I understand. Tammy is so tired of the fake and phony shenanigans, but we will see her next week for sure, and I'm curious to see what it is that she has to say. So OG has her coaching tryout, right? So she did great. She nailed it. Like, OG's a boss. Like, that's one thing I will say among others, is that she's a boss. She's serious about her business, and she's really having a hard time accepting the fact, not accepting, but she's having a hard time with the fact that she is going to be retiring. So Jackie shows up, to watch her coach, and the coaches like what she had to say and how she did. I think this is like the first round of her little interview, and one of the coaches made a good point. OG sold the ladies on the dream. Like, she's very good at motivating. Yeah, she did good. She got down in there, she was on the field with them and stuff like that. Even though she was dressed up in her clothes, she got down with them, and she really encouraged and motivated them. So the coaches did like that. I like the fact that when the coaches were critiquing her, she took it like an adult. She wasn't defensive. She wasn't combative. She actually took in what it is that they were saying. So, they offered their critique at first, and then they actually complimented her style of coaching, which is good. I think it would make sense for OG to coach. I think that's a good strategy, good career move. You know, you've been in the league for 10 years. You've been successful. But again, like she always says, she kind of wants to dial it back because she wants to start a family and she wants to, you know, get married and have babies. So I think that this was a smart choice. And she represented herself well in that scene. Like she really nailed it. Bravo, bravo. Now what's next on the list? Jackie, and her roundtable discussion. So Jackie has her little Ponderosa, her event. She invited all of the ladies, and Cece showed up. Jennifer showed up along with OG and then a few other ladies who are not a part of the cast. So before they actually sat down and started talking, Jackie pulled Jennifer aside and apologized to her. So they talked it out. That was cute. You know, they got through that session or what have you. And then Jennifer ended up apologizing to Cece and said, you know, I prejudged you and I was wrong for that. And I acknowledge that. Bravo, Jennifer. Because, you know, they've been complaining that you don't take ownership of anything. So I think because it was, there's no longevity as far as relationship with Jen and Cece. So it was probably a lot easier for Jen to apologize to Cece compared to Shawnee or, you know, an Evelyn, you know. But nonetheless, she still apologized, and I can respect it, you know. Yeah, Cece accepted her apology, so that was growth. But Jackie was a little bit upset because the other ladies didn't show up, and she made a good point. You know, she's always there supporting everyone else's stuff. I remember when Evelyn and Jen were at it, you know, Jackie had that little, what was like a meditation, something or other. You know, she saw that Jen was really going through and the ladies were not on her side. So this is when she attempted to have everybody sit around, get some spiritual healing and talk it out. And that's when Evelyn walked out and Shawnee gave Jen the hug, remember? So Jackie was the one that put that together because she was, you know, being the peacemaker and stuff. And I feel that was shady because Evelyn, at the end, you were denying that you said anything about Jackie. You didn't claim her, like, you know, you denied not claiming her as a friend, but you didn't even show up to her event. Who knows? Maybe there was outside circumstances that prevented you from being there. Tammy wasn't there. So, you know, maybe everybody was booked and busy. That's fine. But Jackie was upset about that because she feels like she supports everybody else's stuff and she always tries to show up. And you know, OG just said that that's a sign of disrespect and everyone was just trying to make her feel better. And that's when Jen apologized. So that kind of like blew over. But I think now that Jackie's starting to take inventory and realize, like, I wonder, like, is Evelyn really my friend? No, I told you last week, Jackie, she ain't your friend. She's a friend to no one but Shawnee. Anyway, so Byron is a no-show. I took notes here so I can stay on track. Byron is a no-show. So remember now, Kristen wanted to have this meetup with Byron, minus Cece, her husband, at her house. So they, you know, she got the dinner ready and she made the plates and stuff like that, or whatever you call that. Anyway, Byron was a no-show. Byron, honey, went to a baseball game. Byron said, take me out to the ball game. I'd rather be there than sit around with sit around with Kristen. So Kristen is upset, you know, and her husband and her, they're talking and stuff like that. And then they're switching between scenes where we see Cece, her brother, and OG. They're doing like a kickboxing session or whatnot. And he's just talking to her and telling her, like, you know, your family supports you. And he was asking her, my hair is doing all types of tricks in this video. He asked her, you know, how are things going and things like that. And Cece seems to think that because Kristen, Lord have mercy, because Kristen waited a whole year to apologize to Byron, it's going to come across as insincere, and that's probably why he didn't show up. I can think of a number of reasons why Byron didn't show up. There'll be assumptions, of course, but Kristen, nobody wants to hear your sob story. You're always the victim. You know, I understand. I will say this. Even though I don't like Chris, I don't care for Kristen, I will say this. I can understand why she wouldn't want Cece there because I think there's too much tension. I get it. However, if you're trying to mend fences and, you know, you want Byron to continue, you know, to resume opening up his pocketbook, you play nice. You understand? Like, so would it have killed you to invite Cece? No. Why not? You know, you didn't have to make it about you and Cece. You don't know what could have came from that if you were really interested in mending fences. But something about Thomas, I don't think Thomas is feeling Cece either. You know what I mean? But then again, it makes sense. You know, his mother was married to Byron before, so I guess. But I get it. I get why Kristen didn't want Cece there, but I think that was stupid if you were trying to mend fences. I feel like if Cece would have invited, if Kristen would have invited Cece, maybe the chances might have been higher that Byron showed up. He may not have stayed long, but he would have at least showed up. So that speaks volumes. You know, the fact that he didn't show up, regardless of the fact that, Cece wasn't invited, it speaks volumes, Kristen. And I'm telling you, I just have a strong feeling that your tea is going to be spilled in the remaining episodes. If not, then definitely in the reunion. Like, we see through you, just like with Evelyn. All right. Now here it is. Jackie and Evelyn, right? Jackie and Evelyn, they meet up. Evelyn has this energy that she's so nervous about meeting with Jackie. Oh, I don't know if she's going to throw a table or throw a chair. Evelyn, girl, stop it. You are a good actress. I will say that. You need to look into taking acting seriously. And I mean that. You really are a good actress because you are the one, you done threw juice in Jen's face this season, girl. We know what you give. You jump across tables, hurling bottles, ready to pop off, so cut it out. Now all of a sudden, you were just about to fight Jackie a couple seasons ago. Now you scared of her? Knock it off. Like, she's trying to give off this perception of this demure, helpless damsel, like that's afraid of Jackie, the big bad wolf. Cut the crap. Like, you are the most violent on this show. You are the violent one, so cut it out. Anyway. So Jackie confronts her about the not showing up to her roundtable discussion. And she kind of glazes over that, you know what I mean? Or they edit it out, whatever. We only critique what we see. She glazed over that. Jackie also brings up the fact that she was told by OG that, Evelyn didn't claim her as a friend. So she wants to know what's up with that. Of course, Evelyn denies it. Then Jackie said that she wasn't going to bring this up. I don't know why, Jackie. She said that she wasn't going to bring this up, but she felt uncomfortable about the fact that she gave her a lie detector test. To which Evelyn says, why? I would never, me and you are cool. I would never do anything and jeopardize that. Takes no responsibility for anything. Doesn't even acknowledge the fact that Jackie is hurt about these 3 instances that she mentioned to you. What do? In true Evelyn form, you glaze over everything that she said, and you blame OG. You're telling Jackie that OG's an outsider and OG's getting in your head and all of this foolishness. Jackie Christie, Evelyn is not your friend. Evelyn Lozada, stop blaming OG for everything. Now, next week is when everything hits the fan, because I want to see if Evelyn is going to get buck with OG, because OG is basically going to confront her. Listen, Jackie, you just need to cut it out. Like, you just need to stop with all of this wanting people to be your friend. They've shown you time and time again that you are the joke of the show, and I don't know why you are expecting this loyalty from Evelyn when you called her all. You guys were going back and forth and you guys hit below the belt. So I understand people can forgive, but some people don't forget. Evelyn is malicious. Evelyn is calculated. She knows what she's doing, and she's going to continue to make you the butt of her jokes as long as you allow her. So Evelyn's not going to fess up or own up to anything. I don't know. We know Evelyn needs a storyline, so now she's coming at OG. But I want to see if she gets bucked with her like she did with Jen and everybody else. So you blaming OG for all of this, Evelyn, is a straight cop-out, and it's some punk stuff. I see why you and the Central Park Pigeon are friends. It makes sense because the 2 of you are punks. Royal family, get down in the comments. I'll meet you down there. Let me know what you think. You can disagree, but do so respectfully. That's basketball, wise. I'll see you next week. Hopefully, we'll get Tammy to be the voice of reason. I think Tammy's going to be reading somebody, too. Make sure you thumbs up the video, Real Family. And remember, get down in the comments. I'll see you there. Until next time, peace.